Hey guys, it's Ellen, and I'm really sorry for this terrible lighting, but I really want to film this video and get it up before it is past the midway point in December. That would probably be nice. But this is going to be my December TBR. I am about 10 books away from my goal for the year, which is 100 books, which is a crazy amount, but I'm actually really close. I'm so excited. So I picked out 10 books here to read this next month. Some of them are sort of wintry reads. I picked a couple shorter books, graphic novels, and then I have just some other ones that have been catching my eye lately that I want to read. These books definitely may change. I may decide to switch out some here and there, but I definitely want to read 10 books this month, so it'll be some variation of these books and maybe something else. I'm going to start out with the two books that I'm currently reading right now. The first one is The Pearl by John Steinbeck. I picked this one out because it's really short. It's been on my shelf for a long time, and I've been really liking it so far. It's a story about this man who finds a pearl. He ends up turning a little bit more greedy, and his personality changes based on having this pearl. I don't want to go too in depth about my review for this one because I'll talk about it more in my wrap-up, but I'm liking it so far. The next book I'm reading I'm also really enjoying, and it's Carry On by Rowell. I'm about a third of the way through this one, and it's really interesting. Again, I'll talk about it more in my wrap-up, but it's definitely been catching my attention and keeping my attention, which is good because I've been slumpy the past couple months and I don't want to get into that now. So this has been a really good read and I've been enjoying it. I picked out two sort of wintry Christmas reads. The first one here is A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens, and I was planning on reading this one last year, but I didn't get around to it, and of course I prefer to read it around Christmas time, and so I waited again till this year to read it. And this will actually be my first time actually reading this all the way through, so I'm really excited about it, and this is kind of a cool cover. I got this on Book Outlet quite some time ago, probably about a year. Yeah, looking forward to that. The second sort of Christmassy winter book that I picked out is Let It Snow, and this is 3 holiday romances by John Green, Maureen Johnson, and Myracle. Last year I read My True Love Gave to Me. I think yeah, My True Love Gave to Me, which is another collection of Christmassy based stories or holiday based stories, and I loved it. I mean, I loved most of the stories, and it just was fun to read something with a theme around the time of year that it makes sense. So I really enjoyed that, and I think this is going to be sort of a similar feel to it. Next up, I have a couple short books that I picked out that will hopefully just get me on track with my reading goal. I have here The Call of the Wild by Jack London. I actually don't know if this one's going to be a short read or not. It looks short, but it's like a classic, so I don't know how fast-paced this one's going to be. Now I'm looking at the back of this. I actually think that I have read this before. I think I might have read this in high school because I recognize the main character's name. Oh, I think I did read this in high school, and I think I liked it. Alright, well, we'll see how I feel about it now, because I'm going to be rereading it. And it's like a wintry book. I forgot about that, so woo, yay. I picked up some graphic novels from the library, and the first one I'm going to be reading is Nimona. And this is by Noelle Stevenson. Ooh, Noelle. That is Christmassy. I didn't even... Alright. Didn't even plan that. This one has been gotten a lot of really good reviews. A lot of people seem to like this graphic novel. It has... artwork that I'm a fan of. It's not so comic booky. It's more easy to follow, sort of just simpler lines. And I think I'm going to like this one. I don't really know what it's about. The main characters have some swords and maybe some adventure aspects will be in here. Maybe some fantasy aspects. So that should be cool. This next graphic novel that I picked up is called Peanut. And this one is interesting. It's about a character who goes to a new school and pretends to have a peanut allergy, where they don't actually have a peanut allergy. So that intrigued me, and also, again, the artwork style is very up my alley, and for me it seems very accessible, and I think that I can get through this one. I'm really interested to see what this story is all about, so I'll be reading this one. The next couple books I have are just ones that I've been interested in reading. This one, actually, I was at the library, and for some reason it just like called out to me from the shelf, and I have no explanation for that. I have never heard of this book before. It's called The Daydreamer by Ian Mcewan. I mean, I've heard of him. He wrote Atonement and a bunch of other, you know, critically acclaimed novels. This one I've never heard of, and if you've heard of it and you know something about it, please let me know, because I'm going to go into this one blind. The title drew me in, I guess, and just something about it wanted me to read it, I guess. So I'm really excited to jump into this and not know anything about it. So yeah, let me know if you've read this one. This next book is actually an advanced reader copy. It's called The Expatriates. I showed this in my last haul video. This comes out in January of this coming year. I don't know much about it. It's an adult fiction book, and it's just been looking good to me on my shelf, and it's not too long. It seems like a quick sort of contemporary read from multiple different perspectives, so I just think that this one should be fun to read, and I love the cover, and I'm excited to get to this. The last book that I have picked out is a YA book called The House of the Scorpion. This is by Nancy Farmer. This one I've had on my shelf for quite some time, and one of my coworkers said this is her favorite YA book, which is saying a lot, so I figured this seems to be a good time to read it. I want to be able to discuss it with her, so yeah, I'm going to jump into this one. I've also heard really good things about it from Reagan over at Peruse Project. It's won a ton of awards. Yeah, so this should probably be a good book, I'm guessing, and I'm excited to read it. I think it's dystopian. I'm not exactly sure. I could be wrong, but I haven't read a YA novel that's not contemporary in quite some time. So those are all the books that I have planned for the month of December. Again, like I said, I might change these ones out depending on how I feel. I might try to add some more books because I really want to reach my goal. And if I'm not feeling these, I need to read something else. So yeah, that's what I'm planning on reading. Let me know if you've read any of these books, what you recommend for maybe a short read that I can stick in there somewhere for getting up to my goal. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry again about the lighting. I really wanted to get this video up. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!